Hey everyone, today I come up with a new poem, The Heart of the Tree by Henry Cuellar Berner. So let's first talk about the poet. Henry Cuellar Berner was an American novelist, journalist, and poet who has written feelingly about the benefits of planting a tree. His poem describes the innumerable benefits of trees and the shade and shelter they bring to all life. He claims that people who plant trees plan for a future and for people they do not know. So, let's begin with the first stanza. What does he plant? Who plants a tree? He plants a friend of sun and sky. He plants the flag of breezes free, the shaft of beauty towering high. He plants a home to heaven and I, for song and mother croon of bird. In hushed and happy twilight heard, the treble of heaven's harmony. These things he plants who plants a tree. In the opening stanza, the poet poses a general question to the readers. According to him, planting a tree means more than what we mean by plantation as an activity. Then the poet goes on explaining the question, what does he plant who plants a tree? According to him, the one who plants a tree plants a friend of sun and sky. The tree is suggested as a friend of sun and sky because one day it will grow tall and appear to reach the sky. The tree is a friend of the sun as the tree is dependent on sunlight to carry out the process of photosynthesis to make its food. Similarly, the tree is a friend of the sky. It takes in carbon dioxide from the air and releases oxygen in the air and thus purifies the air. Also, the transpiration from trees is responsible for cloud formation in the sky and thus rain. The tree is again compared to a flag of free breeze. Like a flag flutters freely in the breeze, the leaves of the tree flutter and provide soothing, cool breeze to us. The tree grows high with its long narrow stem and looks like a beautiful tower. It appears that the trees have made a home closer to heaven. The man plants the tree plants it for the mother bird who sings to her young ones happily with a soft and gentle voice in the twilight. The bird's high pitched tone adds to the pleasant harmony of the universe. Now come to the next stanza. What does he plant? Who plants a tree? He plants cool shade and tender rain, and seed and bud of days to be, and years that fade and flush again. He plants the glory of the plain. He plants the forest's heritage, the harvest of a coming age, the joy that unborn eyes shall see. These things he plants who plants a tree. In the second stanza, the poet asks the same question again. Perhaps he wants to suggest more benefits of planting a tree. The plant in course of time will grow tall and provide cool shade and cause tender rain. It will bear seeds and buds for the future progeny. After many years, the old trees will wither away and these seeds will grow into new trees and into a dense forest. Since forests are our natural heritage, the one who plants trees helps in conserving natural heritage. This is symbolic of the process of birth, death, and regeneration In this way, trees make the plains beautiful. The forest is inherited by the man who plants a tree. It will provide crops to the future generations. Surely, the upcoming generations will reap all the benefits of the trees that are being planted now. Now, the last stanza. What does he plant? Who plants a tree? He plants in sap and leaf and wood, in love of home and loyalty, and Farkas thought of civic good. His blessings on the neighborhood, who in the hollow of his hand holds all the growth of all our land. A nation's growth from sea to sea stirs in his heart who plants a tree. In the third stanza, the poet asks the same question for the third time to create more interest in the readers. But in the final stanza, he becomes more philosophical. According to him, the man who plants the tree with a sense of loyalty. He loves his family and the entire universe. He is concerned about the future of the earth. He plants trees so that human beings can get food from the plants, sap, and leaves. Besides, he can get wood for his use. Even the poet thinks about the future of the society. What will happen to the world without plants? Therefore, the man who plants a tree has been described as godlike, as is indicated by the use of capital H in his line 24. By planting trees, he showers his blessings on the neighborhood. He holds the future progress of mankind in his hands. Our land will become barren without trees. The poet becomes more anxious and could see that the growth of the universe is possible only by planting trees. Here we came to an end with this poem. Hope you all liked the video.